Happy New Year, guys, and I'm back. So we're officially in 2023 and my reading slump is over. We're about to devour these books. Welcome to my January TBR. Let us begin. Hi guys, it's Mel from Mel Reads It, and we're in a new year. It's a new time and it's time to get on these TBRs. So the first book on my TBR is the second book of The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. So I recently got this book while I was here in Florida for the holiday. I need something winter wonderland. I am trying to embody my Seattle winter in Florida. It's not working out. So while I was on vacation in the Keys, I definitely had to stop by Books and Books and get some books. And this was one of them, and I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars, so I'm going to continue on with this series and go into the book on my TBR for this month is Girl in the Tower, and whatever is the third book in this trilogy, everyone says it's amazing. So far, I feel like the first book is scene setting. It is the vibes. It is extraordinarily atmospheric. If you want a winter read, this is it. And if you want to do some rereads for the new year, do it. My friend is also rereading this book. I read it with her. I read it before her, like a few days right before she bought the book. I read it. She's already read it before, so I'm just like, read it together, talk to me about it. I officially finished it. Now I'm moving on to Girl in the Tower. And the next book is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. So in all honesty, I don't know much about Naomi Novik except for the fact that she also wrote a very famous book that I cannot remember right now. Oh well. So I really want to read this. I believe this is a retelling. I'm not entirely sure. I also believe that this is an adult novel. I think this one might also be an adult novel as well. I don't really know, but I'm going into these blind because I have no expectations. I've just left my reading slump, so I'm trying not to get back into a reading slump, and I really hope I can listen to this on audiobook as well because, I don't know, I've been feeling audiobooks. Audiobooks and manga have like taken me out of this reading slump. The reading slump was bad. It was bad, guys. I've been pretty much in a reading slump, I want to say since like August. Like on and off, but like it got really bad at the end of the year. I was still able to hit 93 books for 2022 though. But honestly, I really wanted to get out of that reading slump. It was a dark place. I didn't like it. Thank God we're no longer there. And then the next set of books I have is ultimately manga. So manga, you helped me in my reading slump. We love her. We love to see her, and I'm doing some of the classics, the ones that we have animes for. So naturally, Attack on Titan. I want to binge the show, but first I must read the original source material. Y'all know me. My pet peeve is indeed seeing the movie or the TV show before reading the book, so I must read the book. Maybe we can do like a reaction video, read the book, then watch the episode, read the book. I don't know, that sounds like a lot of work and time, but I feel like it'd be fun. And then we have Jujutsu Kaisen. I've actually watched part of this anime. Wasn't super into it, but I know like the premise of it, and I want to get deeper into the manga before I continue in the anime. And by the way, my husband recommended like all of these. Next is this toilet bound child thing. I don't know what this is, honestly, but my husband said it was entertaining, and I took his word for it. He knows way more about manga and anime than I do, so we're gonna trust him on that one. And then next, a classic. We're doing Sailor Moon. Y'all are probably wondering, Monique, how did you buy so much manga? Target was literally having a buy 2 get the 3rd free, and that kind of started this whole manga journey. And then my husband was like, they don't have all the books. So then we went to Barnes & Noble and we got the rest of the books, and then I started to get into manga, and my husband bought me more manga. I think we're finding a love language here. But I'm definitely doing Sailor Moon. I think my sister told me I read Sailor Moon like years ago. I don't remember it. I never saw this show. I just have like flickering memories of hearing the music play in the background, but I also didn't grow up in America, so I did not watch lots of American children TV shows, and Sailor Moon was one of those classics that most people grew up on. I did not, unfortunately. So maybe we can get into it, and I can read the manga and then watch the anime. Next, we have the first 2 books of Chainsaw Man. My husband really enjoyed this one, and he told me he thinks I might too, so hey, we're doing it. I don't really know how I feel about something called Chainsaw Man and the person's head is literally a chainsaw, but that's neither here nor there. And last but not least, for manga, we are reading Orange, the complete collection. I got this from, I think, Barnes & Noble. and it was next to or around the fantasy or the romance section. I couldn't tell which section it was because it was like in the between. So y'all let me know, is this fantasy romance or is this plain romance? Either way, I'm gonna try to read it. My husband told me he's not really into like fantasy romance or romance. He really cares for more like action and anime and manga. So I went out on a limb and I just got this one because I know I'm into fantasy and romance, mostly fantasy romance. I don't really care for regular romance. Even though one of my goals for reading goals for 2023 is to get more into contemporary romance as rhythmic palette cleanses. Also because I feel like I can appreciate my fantasy romance at a higher level when I'm reading contemporary romance. Even though I find contemporary romance really boring and it's just, there's nothing fancy about it. There's no oomph, there's no and I just really want the fantasy romance is just my realm of world. So I'm trying to get into fantasy romance manga. If you guys have suggestions, leave them down below. If they have accompanying animes, even better. I would love to read them and then watch the anime. And this is also going to be my Studio Ghibli error because I'm getting into anime and I'm going to watch Spirited Away or something this month. So, and of course, next month Chain of Thorns comes out, you guys. I have pre-ordered like 5 special editions. I got Fairy Loot, I'm getting Limerick Crate, I have the Waterstones edition, I have the regular edition, and I have whatever other edition that's going to be coming out because your girl is prepared. She is set, the timer has become, the countdown has begun. We are 1 month out from Chain of Thorns. So naturally, I'm going to be doing a reread of Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron. I will be vlogging the entire situation because I'm putting aside time in my schedule. I am taking the day off. I am turning off my phone. Do not try to call me. Do not try to ask me out to dinner. I will be busy. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do a reread, and then when the book comes, I am vlogging the whole ish. That'll be for my February lifestyle, and there will be spoilers, so be prepared. Y'all better binge that book. I hope I can binge it because some of y'all be reading like the speed of light and I'll just be like, page number 3. But anyway, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for Chain of Thorns for like ever. I'm ready for it. James and Cordelia is really about to be like my top, I think Tessa and Will, James and Cordelia. Oh. I really wish I can get into Jessie and I always forget her name, Lucy's story and romance. I just feel like James and Cordelia just overshadows everything and I'm just in love with them. But we shall see. We shall see. Then we have, also this is a really long TBR, but I'm leaving a lot of my books here in Florida before I go back to Seattle, my home. So I have to read a bunch of books this month. But next is Adrienne Young, The Girl the Sea Gave Back. I really loved Adrienne Young's, I think it's called Sky in the Deep. I gave that 5 stars. I read that a few months ago. Amazing. The next book I really want to read, Saints, which is the prequel to Namesake and Fable, which I both gave them like 3-4, mostly around like 3-4 stars-ish. So I feel like it'll be good. Plus her writing is really nice. And the next one I have is The Scum Villain's Self-Saving System. I don't know why, but I feel like a TikToker recommended this. No, she didn't recommend it. It was always a book she was raving about and like talking about and just interacting with. She was part of the fandom and I was just like, why is she always talking about this book? I need to put it on my TBR. So I did, and I saw it when I was looking in the manga section, so I bought it thinking it was manga. It's not manga. It's actually a chapter book. Oh, I have it here. Went for 1 book, found 3. Anyway. I heard great things about it. I want to read it and I think I should read it before I leave. But yeah, The Scum Villain's Self-Saving System. Don't know how good this is. I'm excited for it though. I'm excited for it. I'm going to add it to the pile. This pile is growing. And I have 2 more books to add to it, honestly. Thank God that this is mostly manga because this is a lot of books. Next we have The Promised Neverland, book 6 and 7. I have to read it. I love Promised Neverland, the anime. Amazing. For me, I just did not like season 2. There was a whole like skipping a bunch of episodes and lots of like chapters in the manga and you couldn't really keep up with it as well. And plus I think it's been cancelled, so I now must resort to the original source material, which is the manga, and I love it, so I'm here for it. I have 2 of those books to add. Wow, this is getting really long. And next, I got this School of Life book while I was in QS. It's What They Forgot to Teach You in School, Essential Emotional Lessons Needed to Thrive. It's the beginning of the year. I'm definitely one of those people who just loves to consume information about making me a better person and having better productivity systems, financial systems, scheduling systems, just like systems in general. Just really love that type of world. So I got this book and I want to read it. It's the new year. I don't have goals. I'm not doing goals this year. I'm doing consistency metrics. So there are just things in my life I just want to be more consistent about. And I need to really figure out how to make that more consistent. But yeah, Happy New Year, guys. What books are you guys reading? I literally have about 17 books I want to read this month. Send help. And like lots of tea and coffee. Even though I can't have caffeine, you can send it as well. I don't think I can finish all these books this month, but I'm still gonna try because I have to leave lots of them back here in Florida. Unfortunately, you cannot fly with this many books, and my luggage will weigh too much with all my shenanigans. So, Thursday here in Florida. Overall, I think this is like 17 books-ish, including like my rereads and manga and the chapter novels. What are your guys' New Year, new reading plans? Mine is to just, you know, I'm gonna do a whole video about my reading goals for 2023. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful first month of the year. Happy reading and goodbye.